What do you think, Louise?
I like it.
Let's test it out. I love that.
Punch it.
That sound. Yeah, yeah.
Just, oh, there goes one.
Oh, wow.
I just want to tell him that his truck's really ugly because I feel like I have to tell him.
Welcome back to Telos of EV. Thanks, Greg, for finally letting us check out the black Cybertruck out in the wild. The wrap looks gorgeous. Who did the wrap again?
Dynamic Tint Tempe, they're amazing. They did my tint, they did my wrap. The attention to detail they did was incredible with foundation badging and my name up in the front, and they smoked out my ambers, and they did a clear wrap on here and a gloss up on the top, just protecting everything, which it's the strongest truck on the planet. The stainless is definitely really cool, but being able to clean it up really easily is also really cool.
Really important. Yeah. So how long have you had it now?
Got it in late February, so 6 weeks or so now.
Was there any build quality stuff that you had to get serviced, or?
I had a door that was like slightly misaligned that they fixed. It goes back again next week to have them actually fix it. Nothing really otherwise. I have 2,600 miles on it now, and I feel like overall the actual driving experience of the truck has been super solid. I fortunately haven't had any powertrain or steering or low voltage issues. I've really enjoyed it. It's been seeming like it's a pretty small minority of people that are having frustrations like that, but finish issues, not really. These were a little misaligned when I got it, but they fixed that up, and the gap is really good now, and
it looks impressive. Like, compared to all the others I've seen, this one looks solid. Probably the hardest part is what we just experienced. We had to drive to the other side of this parking lot because this is such a showstopper.
Yeah.
We're stopping everybody from checking out the museum here or whatever. They want to talk about this. We got to make a video. Let's get out of here.
There's definitely a lot of curiosity around it, and a lot of people, your ownership is kind of their invitation to share their perspective on the truck or how it looks or Elon or whatever a variety of things could be. That I think that overall people just kind of want to take it in too. They're just like, wow, like it's huge, it's small, it's where's the bed? That cover's really cool. I would never buy it. Oh my gosh, how do I get on the list? Like, there's just such a wide array, but
it's an experience to be had.
Very much.
Especially in person, just looking at it. Yeah.
Very much so.
It was fun picking people's brains about it back there.
What's the range on it? How far can you go on?
320. I'm actually exceeding what they state that they get. I'm getting 380 watt hours a mile, so it really comes out to 322 of the 318 you're supposed to get.
If you ran it down, how long would it take to charge it up?
I had quite realized how huge it is.
I think the suspension kind of gives it a lot of its size. And if you slam it down a lot, it might feel a bit more compact than you think. But what are your first impressions? Is this a first?
It's huge.
Yeah.
That's the first impression.
First thing is it's huge.
Very large.
What do you think of the shape, the exterior? Do you like it?
Yes, that is very dynamic in its own right.
Yeah.
Something to see.
Is this the first time you've seen one?
Yeah. How much is it utilitarian for somebody who we used to live on a ranch, but what they do is...
Well, you can tow a lot. You got a bigger bed than an F-150.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about gas stations.
We had a ridge line, and I thought that was big.
Yeah.
Can you lift that trunk? Yeah.
Yeah, Cybertruck.
Cybertruck?
That's all automated. It just stores itself in the van.
That is quite impressive.
It's like a garage door.
Yeah, but the capacity.
Yeah. Oh, and there's all this under here. Plus the front opens up, so you got more storage on the front too.
Oh, right, because it's electric.
Yeah. There's no engine to worry about. Try to lift that. That's pretty.
The hydraulics are unbelievable.
Yeah. Makes it a soft close, so it takes it the way.
I'm certainly impressed with the size and capacity of this vehicle.
And it's shorter than the best-selling F-150.
Yeah.
Should take up less of a footprint at least.
It's like I really wouldn't want to get it dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, we lived on the ranch.
I think
it's dirty.
It might look better dirty than clean.
It looks really sweet dirty.
It's like an apocalypse
Washes
vehicle.
off really well. It's a wrap on it, so you just jet it with a hose and you're done.
Underneath, it's all stainless steel.
Yeah, it's actually a bulletproof steel on it. So super safe for collisions. Like if you got T-bone, you check on the other guy. You're all right. Yep.
That's no truck, I think, isn't it?
Cybertruck. Cybertruck.
Yours?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Pretty far out.
There it is.
That's the new Tesla, isn't it? The truck?
This is F-150.
Yeah, right. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Definitely different.
Check it out.
Yeah, thanks. company truck. Yeah, no.
We should also disclose we've talked a lot online long before this. We didn't meet just because you got the truck. I wanted to say thank you in person just for helping me out with so many of the Cybertruck content. The reason so many people associated Cybertruck with our channel was just because I think of you helping me organize the leaks, organize all the photos and videos and stuff that was leaked throughout the years, and you were a big help in making sure credit got to the right place.
Takes a village for sure. Of
Yeah.
like, here's where it comes from and kind of how things went together. And it's cool to see that there wasn't something along the way there that I feel like we like saw on a leak that didn't happen.
Yeah.
People wanted a mid-gate or whatnot, and
Sure.
that would be cool, but you kind of have a guillotine thing going on with the tonneau. If
True.
you had that. Elon gets carried away on Twitter sometimes. So, but
And there's always room for improvement.
Always
That
the
always leaves more improvement, upgrades they can do down the line if they so desire. Still, it was an amazing journey, and it's just so cool to be on this stage of it after 4 years of rumors and leaks and tweets, and finally to be like, okay, we get to hang out and stick
experience
together.
it, meet each other,
Yeah.
take it in together for sure. What do you think now that you've seen it in person?
I love it more every time I see one. The size, I think, is often deceiving because, like you said, depending on who you talk to, some people say, "Whoa, it's bigger than I thought," and some people say it's smaller. I think a lot of it comes down to just which suspension setting you're on.
That definitely plays tricks on the eyes of like,
Yeah.
it looks huge when it's totally lifted and in an extract mode, and like the parking lot princess thing where you lift it up just to be the showstopper.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when it's in its medium height, I feel like it looks like a normal truck.
Yeah.
Size definitely still doesn't look like a normal truck, but it looks like a far more normal, manageable
Right.
size.
I think the reason so many people are convinced it's huge or it's massive, even though compared to an F-150, it's really dimension-wise not that much, but you have so much more space occupied than a traditional pickup silhouette,
Yeah.
both on the bed side and on the front side. If you were to put an F-150 in a box or to put this in a box, this would take up a lot more of that usable space. Fits in your garage, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I garage it every night, and it's not
Uh-huh.
because like I need to keep it beautiful or anything, but it's also just like I'm a super private dude.
Yeah.
And to be able to just put it in the garage and hide it away
Yeah.
at the end of the day is
Yeah.
a massive perk. And I actually had a 6-foot bed Tacoma 4-door before this, and it was
Wow.
an inch longer. But this, you're just talking about like spatial capacity and
Right.
like how they utilize that. Holy smokes, it's so much better. It still has a 6-foot bed. Yes, there's the
Uh-huh.
taper and stuff, but your internal capacity of this thing, interior capacity, is
Yeah.
so much better with
Oh,
the rear
yeah.
screen and the seats and the legroom.
Totally.
The headroom is really good. Like overall, the packaged product that they have here it's unmatched. Like there is nothing else like it. I look forward to seeing how this pushes the envelope for other manufacturers.
Absolutely. I think it will be copied.
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it won't be so shocking. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing is like Tesla was first to do it,
Right.
and they've seen that there's a major acceptance happening. There's a major demand for this truck that does
Oh.
look like this.
I think it might be the most high in demand vehicle possibly
Probably.
ever. I don't recall there ever being, we didn't have the internet for, the 20th century, but I don't recall there ever being like a 2 million reservation backlog on anything
I
ever.
don't think people were lining up for Chrysler Pacificas like this.
No.
It certainly didn't hit
No.
home, but I call it a Swiss Army vehicle. It's what
Yeah.
you want a Lamborghini there, you want a family SUV there, you want a truck there. It's whatever you want it to be. You need to tow it. Sweet, there you go. You tow with it.
That's why so many
so well
celebrities
done.
are driving them.
I think so.
And you kind of become a celebrity when you get one.
Yeah, a little
People treat
bit.
you
There's
like
a lot
one.
of questions and curiosity all the time, it's cool to see that curiosity. I feel like the percentage of negativity is quite small, very
Yeah.
much a minority. The thing that I've noticed a lot too is the more that somebody stands there looking at it, the more they actually like it, the more
Yeah.
that they've become like, this is actually crazy, this is cool, I actually like that. Instead of just making crazy comments in passing, okay, now I've taken it in and I've become like a mature adult, I've become informed.
Have you thought about the mirrors? That's what
I'm gonna keep them.
Okay.
You're asking if I was gonna take them off?
Yeah. Well, I know the prototype didn't have them. I think it was Brian from I1 Tesla. He put them in a wind tunnel because they were curious what kind of penalty these had aerodynamically.
I didn't see that.
And they found wasn't much at all, mostly because of this big flat windshield on the front.
Interesting.
They said this captures the bulk of the airflow, and when you're at highway speed, the air moving off the windshield is mostly going around it anyway.
Very interesting.
So he did not see a huge advantage to removing them other than maybe looks.
This
if you
deer
like it.
ear design that they've done,
Yeah.
where it's kind of, I call it the deer ear, or like the bull
Yeah.
wheels, whatever, but it seems very aerodynamic.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like, you've seen like the Dodge 2500, like
Oh, sure.
their mirrors will shift, so then they're a larger, and that's probably not unique to Dodge. I'm sure others
Sure.
do it, but mirrors are generally super large, and I feel like while they're not super large, they actually do a lot.
For
So
a Tesla,
gonna
they're
keep
very
them.
big.
Yeah, very true, very true.
I'm used to the much smaller ones on the 3 and Y.
They took all the functionality they should have put in that rear view mirror and put it in the side views. Ironically, because we weren't supposed to have side views, but it'd be cool to see a digital rear view. But the side views, I'll keep them, and I think that they work super well. Visibility is really good with those.
That's a good point, though. Let's hop inside, talk
Yeah.
about the interior.
Sure.
Wow, that's pretty easy to get in. That's at a nice ride height.
You're in a medium height too.
Oh,
right
really?
now, but
It goes lower?
it will go, so you can slam it down into like an entry,
Whoa.
which you won't realize until you get out, and then you get out and you're like, what the heck?
That moves fast.
It does. So then now that we're in the low, I'm gonna throw us into a high,
Whoa.
and like it's supposed to be like an inch a second.
Whoa.
Usually it's pretty, it looks like a spaceship taking off.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like the AC
Yeah.
in this thing is so much better than, we have a 3 and a Y.
Oh,
And I
really?
think that overall the way that the vents work is so much better. And maybe it's because it's not obstructed by a true steering wheel.
Yeah. that
So
could
it's
be.
like it just hits you so much better. I feel like
Interesting.
it's very well done. I
Yeah.
love the UI on this back screen, that it's little hexagons when you're dialing it
Oh,
around. So
nice.
it's just little cyber aesthetics, but
I love that.
get Louise cold.
So much of the UI
It's
has been
just so
redone.
good.
I love that. I gotta try a few more things first, but that might be my favorite part.
Yeah.
Straight up, just the user interface is so intentionally
Yeah.
branded for the exterior like no other car.
Back in the summer when I had seen the app UI though, that was where I was like, no freaking way, they
I
redid
know.
the app? Like, what? That was,
I
really, really
flipping
cool.
out by that.
The app was, yeah, that's the juice, man. It's just the
Yeah.
little attention to detail that they really made the Cybertruck its own brand.
Absolutely.
It's not the others at all.
Right. I love how hard they tried to keep no Tesla
Mhm.
branding anywhere.
Yeah, other than like trademark things like window or part
Yeah.
number stuff, but you're in reverse.
Oh,
When
it
you
knew.
press the brake,
Oh, wow.
you are now in reverse, so it'll tell you, yep.
Dang.
I always make sure I
Oh.
check the screen before
Yes.
I throw it, because you never know if those cameras do some funky stuff.
Yeah.
I think I've only had one error so far out of the 100-ish
Oh.
that I've had. And it's
That's so weird.
But like with the trailers, I've not used a trailer at all with it
Yeah.
yet, but I'm a once or twice a year tower. I
Yeah.
hardly do it. So
That
your
makes
cameras
sense.
are up right now. Now you
Oh,
have your rear
okay.
view. Once you get over,
Gotcha.
it's like 5 miles an hour. It kicks it down to a regular.
That's handy. I
Very
love that
handy.
front bumper cam.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm barely moving it, and that's all it needs. Oh my gosh. Okay.
If you hit the button, no, this guy, this
Oh,
will pop
camera.
up your cameras again. So then when you're
Gotcha.
parked, it's like more intuitive. It's cool.
Yeah.
You're largely not leaving the wheel.
Wow. It's so weird to see those lines on the front now.
Yeah, I feel like
It's like,
they're
here's
pretty
where you're going.
good. They take an adjustment to realize the trajectory or the projection of what it's actually doing, but
Wow.
I think it's pretty spot on.
Yeah. Would you have preferred a screen up here, or are you getting used to the screen on the big screen?
It's pretty good. I've definitely gotten used to it. That was well done, but you see this much of it. The problems are the redundancy of it, because if it gets wet, it sits a little funny. But
Right.
if you open the tonneau, you do have this guy.
Yeah.
this boy. It's not a man.
That's
That's
pretty-
the boy.
Yeah, it's pretty small. But I think they knew what they were doing. I'm pretty sure this is legally required.
I mean, I'm not sure if there's a legal, like, dimensional value to a mirror as
Yeah,
much
yeah.
as just physically there is a mirror. It works, but I would say that I've literally used it 5% of the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I bet.
almost never.
Sure.
It's more so this. So, yeah, so that's what you see.
Gotcha.
I frequently do this while I drive too, because I
Oh,
feel like
sure.
it makes it slightly bigger. Maybe it just contrasts better with
Yeah.
the dark UI, but
This feels like, I was going to say, X-Wing fighter.
It-
That's the design.
totally feels like a fighter jet. And
Yeah.
that's frequently, like, people be like, it looks like a bomber. This thing looks
Right.
like a tank. I mean, it looks military. And I'm like, well, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
I try to take them all up the cheek.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just, oh, there goes one.
Oh, wow.
Ah!
We got one. What are the odds of that?
Take over.
We should go follow him.
That was my BE truck that just rolled
Yeah.
by.
We got to go follow him.
He went in there. There
Oh,
he
he
is.
did?
Let's go catch him. My
Nice.
cyber goggles are on.
Yeah, let's punch.
Let's go.
Everyone has to wait for us.
We gotta catch him.
We own the road.
He's in here. He's on
Oh,
the right. He went
on the
right.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I just want to tell him that his truck's really ugly, because I feel like I have to tell him.
Wow. You couldn't keep both hands on the wheel pretty much at any time.
Gotta find him. Where are you,
There he is.
sir?
Oh, we gotta sneak past this Rivian. Can we do it? What do you think? Can we do it?
Yeah, watch this.
Okay. Oh yeah, that one.
Boom. He already has a plate. That's a beast.
Oh, let's
Man, I
drive
feel
his.
poor. See, immediately just writes me up. Let's drive his. I'm sure this is tripping people out now. They're like, what the F? There's 2 of them?
Right. It's like, yeah, get with the program.
Dog, there's thousands of them. That was gnarly. We saw one. What a
What are
loser.
the
He has a
odds?
beast.
Just a beast. He gets worse range, I think. This is the most efficient Cybertruck, right?
That is true. It's also the worst Cybertruck they'll ever make.
Oh, well, don't think of it that way.
No, that's the best way to look at
Yeah?
it, because then that room for improvement thing we were talking about of like,
Oh, right.
what
It
will
only
they
gets
do
better.
next? Exactly. Like, that's what's really freaking cool is like, this is the baseline.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. Just like you look at the old, 2013, 2014 Model S and you're like, the door handles didn't work, the window regulators were weird, this is
Right.
garbage, and now it's like,
It's a lot to pick up on over
the new ones are amazing.
Yeah. What do you think should be on the top of the list for Cybertruck's refresh? Charging curve or
400-mile range would be,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that would be very beneficial to all. Like, if I really wish they did a long range version that was 400 miles. It doesn't need to be
Yeah.
the 470 like the Silverado. That's cool. They're never gonna make $1 on that thing.
No.
They will never make money on that.
How do you feel about the range extender?
We have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I actually love that it's optional. So
Yeah, that
like
makes
you're
a lot of
not
sense.
necessarily paying for range you'll never use.
Right.
You are having the option of if you need or want additional range, you can get that. So
Sure.
whether it be you have a toilet built in this seat and you never stop on road trips, you tow, then yeah, I could see where there's a actually beneficial ownership there.
I'm just gonna try a full tilt turn if no one's coming in.
Yeah, swoop this.
I want to see. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Boom.
That's nutty.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a 3-point, but nope. No
We
need.
actually, I was shooting with Jeeves 2 weeks ago when I got my wrap picked up, and
Yeah.
we did a bunch of aerial B-roll and
Oh, nice.
just pass bys and stuff. And he was in his R1T, and we both did a U-turn, and his ended up being like a 3-point like correcting turn, and I swooped it. And what's wild is this is 7 inches or 6 or 7, 8, maybe 8
Oh,
inches
yeah.
longer.
It is.
And it does have a slightly longer wheelbase, but
Uh-huh.
like that really speaks to the effect of
The
four-wheel
future.
steering. That's four-wheel steering, not steer wire. That's four-wheel steering.
Absolutely. Well, I
But
think this is
obviously,
so smart because they're going to use a lot of this tech in their next gen vehicle,
Mhm.
but they get to prove it out, iron it out, all the kinks on this high price vehicle first. And there's a lot they can learn from the manufacturing of it. But that feels so natural. I
Yeah.
can't believe how intuitive that is.
That's what's wild is it's like everything that they've put together here has been this well-packaged product. There's nothing that I feel like is necessarily missing, but
Yeah.
back to the point of like what would I like to see next is 400 miles and then some sort of a rear access thing. Maybe it's just the roll down window. I've been told
Yeah,
that's
just a window going down.
Yeah.
Would be a big help.
that would just from like going off road and stuff would be really, really cool. Having a totally open vehicle I think is awesome.
Yeah.
But if they did do some sort of an actual pass through like a mid gate,
yeah.
that'd be cool too. That'd be really neat. But I don't know how useful. Like, is it worth the engineering? Is it worth the R&D? Also, the guillotine thing still.
Right. I'm sure there's some safety things that come along with it too. Just some way to vent HVAC back there, I think, would be a big help for a lot of people who like the camping or the dogs in the back or whatever.
Yeah. So one thing that I've noticed too is the efficiency. I was driving an R1T. I drove Jeeves's, and also bearded test guy Justin was in town at the time, and he was driving an R1T around, and so I drove the R1T and I noticed we're getting like 2.1 or 2.2, and frequently I hear people that the R1T is the most efficient truck, and it's definitely an efficient truck, but I'm actually getting like 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour in this
Really?
right now. Yeah. So
that's great.
I'm slightly exceeding the stated range, so it's pretty sweet to see.
Are you like trying to, or do you
Not
just
really.
drive the way you normally drive?
Driving normal, 70 on the freeway, definitely not hypermiling or anything like
That's
that.
insane
Yeah.
considering the size too.
Yes.
Because
And the
right, the weight's way up there. These are not the most efficient tires they're gonna
No.
have, so it's only up from here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if when they do the Pirellis, that those end up getting you around 360 miles. With me getting slightly more like this, I could see those being even better, but
That's pretty good.
Right.
That's pretty great. I mean, the tires obviously are much uglier.
they
For
don't
some
look
people-
like this.
Right.
Quite.
For some people, the range matters more than the look. So.
How do you feel about the mirrors not driving?
No, they're just enough. No, they don't feel small. Again, I'm used to my Model
There's
3.
a phone right there.
Yeah. You're probably getting used to that now. Huh?
I'm a little jaded, dude. I'll
Really?
actually let off the gas if I see somebody doing that because they'll start weaving and I will basically regen myself back to push them forward.
It's like a legitimate problem.
Oh yeah.
It's not even a good problem anymore.
No,
It's like it's getting old already.
There's definitely been a new level of attention with it being black now.
Sure.
The truck period, then there's the wrapped truck, and then obviously if somebody that was like notable were driving the truck, that would probably be an even bigger deal. Like if somebody saw Kim Kardashian driving their truck, it'd probably be, I can't imagine being that.
That's why I drive a Model 3, so no one will talk to me. Yeah, I'm getting used to having so much space way up here. That windshield is so far.
It's funny too, like
I want to try a U-turn here.
Sure. Yeah, you'll hit this.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Punch it.
That sound.
Yeah.
I love that sound.
It definitely has its own, it is uniquely, it's ASMR.
3, 2, 1. Wow.
And even as like we've been goofing around and stuff, we're still at 540 in the watt hour.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think it's the shape. It's got to be the arrow. This is just like the most teardrop, well, closest thing to a teardrop that a pickup truck has ever looked like. That taper off the back.
Maybe a Chevy HHR.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
That's true. But that's not electric, so it doesn't.
That is
count.
not electric. It does not.
Doesn't
count.
exist in my.
But
world.
I'm just thinking of overall like flubber shapes.
Right.
The way that it, yeah, I can see that. That's the first time that's ever come to my mind. I think there's a lot going on in the motors too that make it to be so efficient.
Right.
The
It sounds a
regions.
little different than other Teslas I've floated on. I don't know what it is, but
Permanent magnet.
is that different from a dual motor? Or
I believe the way they're gearing the motor, along with it being the permanent magnet, the power draw that's inside of it is what you're hearing.
Okay.
The whirling of the motor.
Yeah.
I think that it's cool because it's not so much that it's like dizzying or anything. It's not overwhelming.
No.
I feel like the cabin overall is very pleasant.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Yeah.
It's really quiet. It feels
The sound of this thing is wild too.
The software on this is so custom tailored to the exterior like no other vehicle. The sharp edges continuing into the app. I love this screen, by the way. It's massive.
It isn't, but it fits it so well.
Right, no. It would be too big in a 3 or Y, but in this it's appropriate.
I watched your YouTube in here.
What?
Yeah, it's
Why?
Superchargers. Why?
What, you already got the truck. What else is there to watch?
Just seeing what everybody else is going through too. That's the cool thing here. They're riding in your rear view. He's reaching for his phone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that the blind spot indicators are in this as well.
Yeah, the little red LEDs. I love the ambient lighting. It could be brighter, but I think that part of that is an NHTSA thing or something like that, or IHS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's some sort of a safety thing where they're not supposed to be too bright. But I'm like, they're definitely brighter in like a different brand that I've been in.
Well, we want to be efficient, so they have to.
Yeah, less power
because they
consumption.
use,
those LEDs.
watts.
Yeah.
How have you felt about these wireless chargers?
Pretty
Is that a good
awesome.
place?
Very fast. The only thing is what others have said.
Sunlight?
A little heat.
Yeah.
But you can throw these back
Uh-huh.
and then have a little bit more shade, but I don't think that it really affects getting down there too much. But these are goofy, but they're very good. Like I'll do this and then throw this down a little bit, and it's, I don't know, it's very, very malleable.
I am so ready for all cars to have that steer-by-wire.
It's just so good.
I love the fact that you can just unbuckle it. It's in park.
Very
And it doesn't yell at you. That's pretty much what happens in my car. It puts it in park, but it goes, hey, what's wrong with you? Buy a Cybertruck.
That's it. It's an advertising campaign.
I like the pedal being floor-mounted instead of top-mounted.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it just feels even more like race car.
Yeah, it's easy to stomp. It's surprising, honestly, how tight the steering wheel is, considering the size of the dash. This feels, like most big trucks, people are used to the big giant wheel, but this is all you need.
It's
really
just
stable.
It's done so well.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. Brought my badge to show you from the event.
Whoa!
So that's my delivery badge.
Nice. You're the most valuable referrer.
You are. Dude,
Wow.
that's you.
That's actually me.
It's this steel. It's
so
the back
cool.
steel of the truck.
You gotta wrap it black next to it. So it's matching.
I had seen OMG Tesla Rivian.
Oh yeah.
And he had done a laser etching. He has a laser etcher at home, and he threw the Beast logo. He's like, mail me yours, I'll do it. I was like, I want to so badly, but I don't think I'm getting a Beast. Like, if I got a Beast, I'd totally do it.
Sure.
But it looked so good. It's just, that is the rear steel.
So can we shoot it now? Is that okay?
This or the truck? I always tell people when they ask, they're like, we'll shoot yours first, and then we'll shoot mine, so we have like a baseline, so then we know how bulletproof it really is. But this is cool too, the dynamics and stuff.
That's got to be 120 hertz.
I think so.
That is so smooth.
I need to get an answer on that. I've asked.
You
but
have it. It's from me. I'm the source. Okay.
You think it's 120?
I just have an eye for frame rate, and that was so smooth, swiveling it around.
I wasn't sure if that was the processing power or the actual panel.
There's no
Look
way.
at all these kids.
I love this illusion of the headlights coming from this when it's from these.
I
did
think
that
they
well.
turn on. So this is your DRL bar, but your
Right.
actual headlights here, lights on. Yep, they turn on when it's on.
Oh,
So auto. Now they're back
interesting.
off.
I love all this. The font.
The bad lights are really cool. I wish they
Yeah.
were darker. You'd be able to really realize like how juicy the lighting is on this thing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Well, congratulations and good choice.
Thank you.
There's so much to play with. Why
There's-
can't they do this on all the? This whole blended thing just
Yeah.
blew my mind when I
This-
first saw it. Yeah, they put the nav up in the corner and it blurs into this polygon mountain range.
They had a version. Here's a little
Wow.
nugget. They actually had a way more cybery version of the UI that did not come out.
Oh really? Is that
it
what
was?
the original prototype had?
Kinda, but it was modified from that, but it didn't look quite like this. But
Interesting.
that one's never. I don't think that one's ever seen the internet at all.
Oh,
But it
interesting.
was definitely like the font was a little different.
Wow.
The indicators were more bold, I
Okay.
guess is a good way to say it.
Uh-huh.
That one, Elon specifically, Elon had said that's too cybery.
Wow. That's how you know. It's
Yeah,
bad.
that's
Even
too,
Elon.
Yeah, too cybery from Elon. That's crazy, but.
And do you use it for work stuff?
Oh yeah. So I own an electronics business and I deliver TVs in it, for instance, all the time. I use this bed throughout this past weekend. I moved to a warehouse. I think I had 30 pallets in the bed over the weekend, just rolling them
But
around.
it's not a work truck.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
know if you knew
Not at
that. Work trucks have to have paint and
Yeah.
small beds,
Yeah.
and they have to charge slower. That's
There's
what
a
a work truck
chubby
is.
dude ripping a Zen vape at a Chick-fil-A the other day that definitely reminded me of that too. Had to let me know. It's not a work truck. I'll never buy it.
That's what I'm trying to
You will.
understand. No disrespect, but I've even heard Sandy Monroe say like, "This is
For-
like an enthusiast. It's a hunter's truck or whatever. F-150 is a work truck." I struggle with that sentiment. I keep trying to figure out what is a work truck.
The only thing I could see there being legs with that, the biggest blessing that the F-150 Lightning has going for it is that you can take literally any accessory from an F-150 and it translates.
So it's compatible with.
Yeah, like if I need a ladder rack for this, I need a whole different specific for this ladder rack,
Okay.
which you may think would be a more expensive ladder rack because of the clientele that's currently purchasing these is going to be probably of a wealthier demographic,
Sure.
more expensive and such, or they're just insane like myself that spent way too much money. But as these come down in price, those accessories will become cheaper and more affordable too.
Yeah.
And they won't just be from Tesla. Like
Right.
you'll be able to hop on Temu and get a rack for $14.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
The Tesla accessory community's
Yeah.
massive.
Oh, for sure.
And this car was designed asking for make it your
All
own.
of it.
It was like a canvas.
We've already seen some stuff too, like just the essentials, like even like dash wraps to make this
Oh, yeah.
black and stuff. And
Oh, that's kind of a leather like.
a little bit. It's definitely got like a pleather vibe, which I think
Wow.
cleans up really easily.
Yeah, I
Wet
like
wipe,
it.
boom, done.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Man.
A lot of people are like, why white in the? It should be like for a truck. I don't know about that, but I'm like, dude, like if you've ever had the white seats in a Tesla, it's not that crazy. It cleans up
You're
very well.
surprised. It's always the stuff down here that's harder to clean.
Yeah.
For me, it's never been the white.
This is super good too, though. Just being like, I'll put my backpack down here.
Oh,
Kylie
yeah.
will put her purse, and
I like
she's
that.
good to go.
You can move things across it.
The only thing I would have liked to have seen is if they took this and put it here, and this was totally open.
I'm still in favor. I've been asking for years of just a MagSafe puck because Qi 2 is built on the MagSafe standard, which means even Android phones are moving to
That's a good point.
this magnet ring with the wireless charger. So you could like even swivel them from behind the screen when you need them, and then dock them, and then swivel them away when you don't need them or whatever.
But like,
Man.
holy smokes, like they really did this.
I know.
I want to show you the Cyber Hammer.
Oh yeah. Woo. Oh wow. Oh my god. Wow.
Isn't that nuts? It's like a very hefty.
Yeah.
Very real.
Wow. Okay, let's do it. Let's test it out. That's gnarly. Which number did you get?
This is 8.
Wow. That's really early.
It's a palindrome.
Yeah, you got the palindrome one. There's only one of those. 800 and then 800 backwards.
Oh yeah, look at me. I'm special.
Special.
I was like, what's it
It's
say?
so
It
rare.
says palindrome.
Let's test this out on the windshield. That might be fun.
$2,100 later. Pretty
Well, I hope
nice.
you got some free charging too.
6
Some
months.
credits. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, no, I'll use credits for that too, but I did get 6 months with the purchase of the vehicle because I didn't do the bi-directional thing. So I have 6 months of, and that's honestly all I've been using. So my gas
Awesome.
savings right now are pretty absurd.
I bet. This is the vehicle you're the most incentivized to use the free charging with because it uses the most energy. So take it for free.
So I've been seeing or hearing rather that people are not getting as long of free charging or something, or they're
really?
getting a gift certificate to like get the wall charger instead of getting.
Oh.
I don't know if I skewed this math or something,
Yeah.
but I'm sure a lot of us that are using the free charging are really using the free charging. This is 2,600 miles in 5 or 6 weeks, so it's getting a pretty good amount of use, and that's pretty much all superchargers. So like right now,
Because you redeem the credits based on miles, not by kilowatt hours. 2,000 miles of charging with this is a lot more than 2,000 miles of charging.
I bet that was
with
like
my car.
$1,000.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, like 40-50 cents a kilowatt hour, 1,000 of them. So
that stacks up.
that's like $500-600. My math
Yeah.
is bad. I
20
spent
bucks.
20 on 905, 85%
That is insane.
supercharger.
$460.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
and that's for the month. The
Wow.
year is 623. So since purchase, 623.
That's
which-
insane.
For me driving, I had a Tacoma before, and I'd average like 20.5
Wow.
is what I had a spreadsheet. That I
Yeah,
tracked.
yeah.
I get like 20.5 miles to the gallon, so
This
it's
is a big
really going to
jump.
be realized greatly on a truck. And I mean, I can't imagine being somebody that had like an F-150 that gets 18, 19 before, a little less, maybe even less than that. But at home, I'm 8 cents a kilowatt hour.
Oh, come
so
on.
like that's even more.
I'm
so
so
like
jealous.
no brainer. Yeah, NorCal.
We're at like 35.
Lots of
so
break.
it costs more to drive, and that's off peak. On peak,
Eights are off peak. Yeah.
okay.
I think on peak's 11.
On-
I'll walk away.
A third. Give me this hammer. Oh my god. So what's your game plan long term? Are you hoping to keep it until the wheels fall off, or maybe
I think so. What I'd love to see happen, and I've talked this over with a couple of the others that already have it too, is it's like they're gonna make battery improvements,
Yeah.
and it'd be really cool to think that this structural battery pack thing is here to stay. I think
so.
and so if they keep the same type of pack build, if we could use that next pack to replace in the event that there is a pack needed. But dude, it's a 150,000 mile battery pack and motor warranty on the thing. I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
That's
That
just
was like
that's
all
what's
right.
covered.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how much. I think the 4680s have shown really good cycle life so far.
So far,
And this is the next cell.
I was talking
Yeah.
to Brandon Flash, and he was saying like, no, I mean, there's still definitely degradation, but and this is the next gen cell where I'm sure they're finding some improvement. The next gen, or the current gen that they're running on the Cyber cell is not much more energy efficient. It's
Yeah.
that they just were able to fit a little more because the way they rolled the canister, or
Right.
something like that.
Well, the
cathode-
first one, they thickened up the can walls, I think, to help with it being structural. And then they probably realized with this chassis, it didn't need to be as thick. They could fit in a bit more of a.
I'm excited to see
roll.
the cathode plant come online and see
Yeah.
what that does for efficiency of a cell.
There's a roadmap to get it higher, but honestly, a lot of people, I think that helps with the affordability, though, is keeping the pack. What's crazy is even though it's bigger than the Rivian, it's lighter and it has a smaller pack. All of that's margin, because the battery packs, that's the bulk of the cost, right? So
Yeah, that's what I'm curious to see. Like we were just talking about the Silverado EV, the RST, and like
they will
It's-
make dozens of them.
it's a 230 kilowatt. I think it's 231 or something like that,
Wow.
kilowatt hour battery pack size
So close to like 2 Cybertrucks worth of batteries.
to sell like a couple dozen of them. They'll sell thousands of them, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how popular that will actually be overall. But like they'll never make money on that. That's a
No.
$50,000 battery pack.
That's why I don't believe. Well, it's GM. GM loves to come up with something really cool, really fun, and then cancel it about a year later.
That's true. The frustrating thing too is the consumer sentiment. They don't care. They get range. They're excited and
Right.
they just roll along with that. They don't
True.
realize that like they're not going to be able to get another one, that they fell in love with this truck now.
Right.
They're probably not getting that in the future. And
I think it'll be like the Bolt.
is pointed out to me in a very good way. Like GM's just, they're making a subpar, like kind of a wishing well of a product line in EV and propping
Yeah.
it up with gas vehicles
Right.
like all the others.
GM's
but-
all about the street cred. It's all about
Yeah.
how it looks in
The
the media.
optics.
Well, we had the cheapest one. The Bolt is super cheap, or we had the longest range.
Yeah, the
How
first
many are they
exploding
selling?
one too.
Right.
First
The most
completely recalled EV, I
explosive.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no chance of that
Mary
ever
Led.
being profitable. Mary Led.
Mary Led.
Woo! Stood on the glass. What?
Yeah, I still on the
Right here,
glass
Led.
roof at delivery.
It's a good thing he lost some weight. Otherwise, he would have fallen through.
I just hope no one like just sees it in a parking lot one day and tries it.
Yeah. A little nervy, but
just the doors, right?
the doors, but the steel on the back still is very, very strong.
Okay. I believe it's strong.
I don't know how bulletproof that is.
Yeah, it might be a little.
Like,
yeah.
you can hear it dense. You can knock it. You'll feel it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really is nice.
She's gonna do it. Yes.
That's what I meant. Like,
Hey, that's a good size for your bottle.
The brake.
You're already in drive.
Oh, okay. Where did we park?
Trained.
We'll go this way.
Yeah, do that because then you get to go around. Have everybody see you and envy you.
I don't need it.
Yeah, it's a real truck. What's up, old man?
This is cool.
You like
The
it?
ride's really smooth.
Yeah. What do you think, Louise?
I like it.
Should we get one?
Yes.
Sold.
We have to sell
Use
our
my
house.
link.
We're gonna wait for the referral program.
How much do we get off with your link?
$0, which is a great way to
I'm
pad
not
margin.
gonna try to park.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks again, Greg, for letting us check it out and drive it around. This was so much fun. I'll link his channel and referral code down in the comments below if you want to check out his stuff. You'll be covering it more, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for supporting directly, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.